actually suggests, and a lot of those games going right the way down to the wire.
Yeah, for sure. So comparison to last season, the quality of teams they've come up against, it seems, you know, a real step up from last year, and they've competed incredibly well, played some top European teams. They've been there or thereabouts in every single game. So, you know, the results possibly not reflecting the performances, but that's the way sport goes sometimes, isn't it? But they'll be looking to progress, and I think it's just another stepping stone, the development of Flyers and their progression through this European competition, and who knows where that might lead them in future seasons.
And it has been a real step up in form for Coach Kapoulis' side in recent weeks, dating back to the international break. They've won 6 of their last 7 games coming into tonight's game. What do you put that down to, that sudden upturn in form?
Well, I think Keedy Johnson's had a massive impact, and since he's come back from injury, looked like a man sort of on a mission when he came back, obviously with that shoulder injury, and just been focused on massive scoring performances for him. And it just feels, you know, defensively, the team have sort of clicked a little bit better. They seem more focused and playing really hard for each other. They just seem to enjoy playing out there, and had a great success in the trophy competition, getting to that final, and that just breeds confidence, and you can tell that in their performances. It's just been a real good team performance for everyone. Everyone's stepping up, contributing, and to a good team performance, as I said.
Yeah, well, the Flyers' 6-game win streak came to an end on Sunday when they faced Cheshire Phoenix in the SLB Championship. And this was a game, Gareth, that went right the way down to the wire. Could have gone either way in the end, and Cheshire just able to execute down the stretch.
Yeah, Cheshire are a tough team, and playing them 3 games in a row, it's always going to be difficult to beat a team like that, especially on their home court as well. They'll be disappointed not to make the trophy final, so they had a point to prove, albeit short-handed Cheshire Phoenix. But that sometimes galvanises a team, and you felt that on that performance on the weekend, and that was a good win for them. But still, Flyers were there or thereabouts, another resilient performance.
Yeah, 92 points to 86, the final score in that game. Keedy Johnson, Jared Sherfield both led the way with 14 points in that game. And I guess the good thing is there's not too much of a turnaround from then to tonight's game. You know, you can put that one quickly behind you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Coach Kapoulis certainly going into that game, of all the games maybe you would take the loss on, get into a final. I think that's going to be, you know, that'll be sort of still fresh in the memories of getting to the Flyers, getting to another final. So I think out of all the 3, perhaps that would be the one that maybe would be acceptable. There's a long way to go left in that season. Teams are very tight in that competition. So I think getting to that final is a massive achievement once more for the Flyers.
And looking ahead to today's opponents, Fyllingen, currently top of the Norwegian top flight, 14-3 in domestic play, but their European campaign has not gone to the start that they wanted. And a good chance for the Super League to match itself up against the Norwegian top flight. A number of former players in that league coming on to join the Flyers, the likes of Brandon Boggs and Fred Thomas, to name a few.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen a few players play in that league and come over. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Another league we haven't seen before for the Flyers. So it'd be interesting to see kind of what the performance are. But they have some very good individual performance as well. We'll talk about those in a minute, but certainly have a lot of talent there in that team. So yeah, I'd imagine the leagues are fairly closely balanced, I would say. So a top team there for Fyllingen against Flyers at sort of, you know, mid to higher end of the SLB. So it'd be interesting to see how they match up tonight.
Well, let's talk you through to the team news, starting with the hosts, Fyllingen Lions, who are led by head coach Calix Njai. And top of the scouting report for Coach Kapoulis has to be American guard Deshaun Davis. He is the rookie season out of Mississippi State University, the joint leading scorer in the ENBL this season. Of course, Flyers, they did come up against the other joint leading scorer in the ENBL in their recent game against Inter Bratislava, and he certainly had his way with Coach K's side.
Yeah, exactly. Be interested to see another guard, combo guard, 6'2", can shoot the ball, get to the basket, very kind of a high IQ player. So certainly he will be top. If you can stop him from scoring, you're going to have a chance. But very difficult, very talented player. So yeah, for sure he'll be top of the scout report for Coach Kapoulis and Nick Burns as well, and how they're going to contain him and try and let the rest of his teammates pick up that scoring.
And let's talk you through the team news tonight for the Bristol Flyers, who they're without Elaine Louis, Raf Thomas Edwards and Keedy Johnson tonight. So a big blow for the Flyers coming into this one.
Yeah, it's a massive loss. All 3 players are not able to play tonight. But we sort of saw it against Cheshire. Sometimes it helps galvanise. replace the players that are playing, and they'll know they'll probably get extended minutes, so it's their opportunity to step up and to contribute tonight, and they'll look forward to it away from the UK, playing in Norway, the good experience for them. So it's almost a kind of a free ticket there for them to go out, play hard, and see if we get a win on the road against a tough team in Norway.
One player who's been really in form recently for the Bristol Flyers is Damon Robinson. Now, he's a guy that can really stretch the floor with his shooting ability. He can knock down the three, and he gets his points up in a variety of ways. Yeah,
he's a stretch five nowadays. We used to talk about stretch fours, but he's a guy that can shoot the ball from range. He's got a really nice post-up game, just right on there, taking Skylar White down low, getting to the basket. But he's just so versatile. He'll just read what's given to him. How is he going to beat his defender? He's going to take them out, going to take them to the basket, post up. Just showing an all-round game, and you kind of feel that basketball's developing in that way now, where players have got multiple kind of skills now. You just don't have a post-up player. You've got a guy that's 6'8" that can quite handily knock down threes.
And of course, no Keedy Johnson in the squad tonight. It gives an opportunity for the likes of Corey Samuels and Evan Walsh, who both step up into the starting five, and that's going to be a huge opportunity for them to show what they can do on the European stage.
Well, exactly, and obviously Keedy was out for a number of weeks with his shoulder injury as well, so not having him in the roster isn't something that's new to them. They've managed to cope with his absence. Obviously, it's a big absence, but they'll be comfortable knowing that they'll be able to step up and take those minutes.
And you talk about Keedy Johnson, I mean, his form coming out of the international break. He had 4 games posting over 25 points. He had 27 against Czechia, 28 in the second leg of that trophy semi-final. And then in the last ENBL game, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and topping that off with a 32-point performance against Surrey. I mean, those are MVP numbers, aren't they?
Certainly are, Joel. He'll be so disappointed to pick up another injury as well. He said that frustration building up, seeing his teammates out there, not being able to be a part of it, and then to get the opportunity to get back out, put up those amazing performances, and then to have another setback. That'll be more frustration, but let's hope he comes back and puts on those performances when he does come back eventually for the Flyers.
Well, we are just under 5 minutes away from tip-off out in Norway. What's going to be some of those final key messages from Coach Kapoulas going into that first quarter, do you feel?
Well, I'm sure Coach would have done his homework. It'll be the scout report for sure defensively. He'll be looking to make sure that the players are aware of their kind of roles. The scout report, how you're going to play certain players. We talked about Davis, that's going to be key up there as well. And again, just play Flyers basketball, rebounding the ball, hustling, lots of energy. We'll have to get off to a good start as well on the road. So all the key kind of fundamentals that Coach Kapoulas and his Flyers teams or carry on for each game will be the same, no different for tonight. But he'll be wanting to bring that energy and sort of, they know they're going to be 3 players down, and we wanted for his players to step up as well. So all to win.
Great stuff. Thanks, Gareth. Well, we are all set for tip-off between Bristol Flyers and Fyllingen Lions in the European North Basketball League, and it's coming up after the break.
Today, we celebrate a milestone moment for Bristol Flyers. As we all look back on an incredible 20 seasons, we are thrilled to announce a new chapter in the journey, both for Flyers and for us at competitions.
From the very beginning, I had the privilege of guiding the team for every division, the top flight, and now the European competition. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. As we step into the new era of Super League basketball, we're very excited for the future. The next 20 years promise even greater moments, and we're ready for the challenge.
I'm delighted to announce One Competitions as the new principal partner to the Bristol Flyers. This partnership aligns with our commitment to celebrate both excellence and ambition. Our competitions give you the chance to win exclusive experiences at some of the UK's most iconic venues.
We're proud to share our ambitions with a company that mirrors our growth and aspirations.
Together with Bristol Flyers, we look forward to an exciting future filled with unforgettable moments and continued success.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI, we will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by Matchday Live, where we are all set for tip-off between Bristol Flyers and Fyllingen Lions of Norway. And Gareth and I have moved into commentary position. And Gareth, of course, spoke about it in the build-up. This is a must-win game for both of these sides. Important for Flyers to get off to a strong start here.
Yeah, always important on the road to get off to a confident start, be the aggressor on the road and put the home team under a bit of pressure. Looks like a nice crowd building up there in Norway. So yeah, it'll be good to see how the game progresses.
Gareth, this is, as you say, a big game coming into tonight's game. And of course, it is still mathematically possible for the Flyers to reach the ENBL playoffs, but they pretty much have to win out from here on out. Yeah,
exactly. They're going to need some results to go in their way, but all you can do is play the game in front of you, try and get that W and give yourself an opportunity to be there. And certainly, if there's any more losses, you feel it's going to be an impossible task, but all you can do is play the games in front and see where that leads you and hope some results go in your way.
Of course, you mentioned in the build-up to this game, with no Keely Johnson out there tonight, it gives a great opportunity to Corey Samuels. And I mean, that's just a great story, isn't it? A Bristol-born player, now starting on the European stage, come through all the junior age groups at the Flyers, and now starting in Europe for his hometown club.
Yeah, exactly, and he'll relish the chance. Well, he can't wait to be on the floor and get to showcase what he can do and be part of that team. So having some more European experience on the road in Norway, what an experience for him as a young player making his way in the professional game, and he'll relish the opportunity. And he's playing so well at the moment, full of confidence. He's attacking the rim, downhill, just full of confidence. And yeah, as I said, he'll be relishing that opportunity to get that opportunity to start the game.
Well, of course, both teams are getting set to take the court. It is a must-win game for Bristol Flyers. They want to keep their European playoff aspirations alive. They are 1-4 in the ENBL so far this season. Tight defeats they were in the end in their in a couple of their home games in particular. They fell to Bamberg down the stretch, into Bratislava was a close one as well. So this could very easily be a very different record for the Flyers coming into this one.
Yeah, it's been a tough run of form, and certainly the teams that are sort of located at the top of that of the table are the teams that Flyers have played in the opening games, and now they're playing teams that are more sort of middle to the bottom of that league. So, but the team here, they were close. They only just lost into Bratislava as well by a couple of points, who are leading the group, Joel, without losing a game. So this team certainly can't be underestimated. They're going to be a fine team out there. So the home court, they'll be looking to get their ENBL campaign off with a win tonight against the Flyers.
Well, the opening tip is won by the Flyers, and Jared Sherfield straight off the gate gets the first 2 points of the evening.
And that's a positive start. The start's always important. Just settle the nerves a little bit. and it's the home team that looked a little bit shaky on their first offense, almost a fumble.
Here is Fyllingen's first offense of the game. Davis kicks it out, finds Scowen, who able to draw the foul. Foul is called on the floor, and it will be a Fyllingen ball from the sideline. SB to inbound. Here he is, guarded by Sherfield. Coming off the screen. Nice fake, turnaround fadeaway jumper. Gets it to go. And that is a difficult shot, but the hosts are off the mark.
Yeah, great footwork there. Just sort of stopped on a dime, pivot around with the jump shot. And that ties things up early doors.
Here's Robinson, of course, coming into this game in great form in the Super League basketball. Walsh swings to Sherfield, back inside to Robinson, and it ends up throwing it out of bounds. And a bit of back and forth there in the post. There's a big post battle inside for Damon Robinson, and that time just couldn't quite get that seal he needed.
Yeah, that's right. He just sort of tried posting up Robinson, just off balance really when the pass was played into him, and able to recover, and just saw the ball bounce out of bounds. But yeah, trying to get that post up position. The angle probably wasn't the greatest angle, a little bit off balance.
Here's Fong, finds Davis, ENBL's joint leading scorer this season. Scowen for three, knocks it down, and that is the first three-point field goal of the night. Corey Samuels brings it up over the timeline, finds Lewis. Now here's Walsh, screen from Robinson. Ball knocked out of play. He'll stay with the Bristol Flyers with 10 on the shot clock. Going to be Corey Samuels to inbound. Screen from Robinson, gets it at the top of the three-point line. Back to Samuels, another screen from Robinson. Two players on him, Robinson's wide open, and it was great defense from the Lions. That double team as the shot clock was winding down to force that 24-second violation.
Absolutely spot on, Joel, exactly what I was about to say as well. Just really good perimeter defense there. Flyers unable to get a decent look. Good sort of recovery, almost a bit of a double team on Robinson, making them make that extra pass. And in the end, just a bit of a prayer thrown up. Good defense from Lions.
Here's Davis. Now finds Fong. Back to Davis, up against Sherfield. Pulls up for a mid-range two and knocks it down. And you can see why he's the ENBL's leading scorer this season. Call as you like, knocks it down.
Yeah, again, another versatile player, can score in multiple ways. Seeing his mid-range game there and his handle.
Sherfield swings to Kendall Lewis. He fires up a three, can't get it to go. Second chance opportunity for the Flyers as Robinson, nice spin move, and gets it to go off the glass.
Just one thing you notice, Joel, the court here, the amount of lines that are on the court as well must be quite confusing for the players. Multiple sports on the floor.
That is the white lines in the arena that are the basketball lines for the viewers at home. Offensive rebound by the Lions, and once again it's Davis who floats it up. Early 4 points for him. Samuels beats the defender, continues to drive inside, finds Sherfield now. Going to be a reach-in foul called against the Lions, and it's going to be called on number 8, Eric Fong.
Yeah, can't have too much complaints there. Fong just over-aggressive, reaching down. Sherfield to inbound it.
But Walsh is wide open inside. Davis comes over to help. Walsh puts it in off the glass and count it. He will go to the line for a three-point play.
A strong post-up move from Walsh. I just love the composure. Got the ball in the post, didn't panic, had a good look around, was able to feel the defender's body, and able to find a gap, and able to get the and one.
Well, Evan Walsh, of course, joined the Flyers to play European basketball. He's really impressed in his first few games in ENBL. 8 points per game in the league this season. A big 18-point game in that European debut out in Bakken. Here's Davis coming off the screen. Kicks it out to find Fong. Espy. Nice hands by Kendall Lewis, and he just couldn't quite grab hold of it. But you certainly like the pressure on defense.
Yeah, good active hands from Lewis. Unfortunate, not able to get the turnover. I don't know if they're going to reset the 14-shot clock, are they? Or just going
to say, I think they signaled 5 seconds to the table. So the shot clock will be winding down here. And it is tipped out of bounds. It will go towards the Flyers. Last touch by the Fyllingen Lions. Flyers trailing by 2. Oh, great defense from the Lions. It's a 2-on-1. And look out below, because Deshaun Davis throws it down with a two-handed slam. Lewis finds Walsh. Robinson calling for it inside, backing down. It's going to be a foul called against number 5, Joel Kanyinda.
I think it was Kanyinda with a dunk down the other end as well, Joe, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Read it really well. Saw the Flyers player there just looking to reverse dribble. Read it well, stole the ball, and then got up high to slam it home.
Samuels to inbound. Robinson almost stolen away by the Lions. Robinson kicks it out. Extra pass, nice feed inside to Evan Walsh, who gets the soft finger roll to go. Here's Davis, guarded by Sherfield. Davis, nice move, kicks it out. Espy driving inside, nowhere to go. It's going to be a foul called on the floor, though. And it's going to be called on Corey Samuels.
A nice D from Sherfield, though. He's obviously given the responsibility for guarding Davis. Get him to make that extra pass to the corner.
Well, if you just joined us, of course, this is the Flyers' 6th European game of the season. Short-handed Flyers out there tonight. Keely Johnson out with injury. Raf Thomas Edwards also out, and also missing Elaine Louis. So the schedule really catching up with this Bristol team. They are hanging in there in this first quarter so far, trailing by 2. Here's Samuels. Skip pass. Finds Kendall Lewis, back to Samuels. Shot clock down to 10. Samuels nowhere to go, and ends up just running it out of play there.
He's come back. There he is. But yeah, the lane open for him, just going a bit too quick, just lost control. But good intention though for Corey Samuels. So really impressed with the way he's attacking the basket this season.
He certainly had the opportunity as well. I mean, you look at the injury to Keely Johnson earlier in the season, and there wasn't really a backup point guard at the time. Then now with Elaine Louis out as well, certainly giving him that opportunity, the minutes that he needs to develop as a player. Here come Lions the other way. It's going to be a foul called on Walsh. Well, subs in for the Fyllingen Lions as Haji Jawara comes into the game.
Pasquale Landolfi checks in for the Bristol Flyers.
It's going to be SB to inbound here. The officials just talking it through. They were checking how many seconds are left on the shot clock. Well, we're all set to get back underway here. Here's Fong. Hands off with Davis. Guarded by Sherfield. Davis now has Robinson on it. Davis pulls up for a mid-range 2 and again knocks it down. And Deshaun Davis has certainly shown his mid-range game early on.
It's like a carbon copy of his previous bucket, doesn't it? A few sort of crossovers, just sizing the defender up. And able to get that jumper over for that 2-point play.
Robinson looking to back down inside. Counter and the foul. And Damon Robinson will go to the line for a three-point play.
Yeah, nice play by Robinson there with that sort of little baby hook. Got the contact as well. Yeah, hooked it from quite a distance as well.
And that was something we were talking about in the build-up to this game. I mean, Damon Robinson, he has that ability to post up inside on smaller defenders, can also knock down that three on the pick and pop situation. It certainly makes the Flyers a dangerous team to guard in that pick and roll situation.
It does, and he's a difficult defender or attacker to defend as well, and he can score in multiple ways. How are you going to play Robinson? Because you can't sort of step off of him. You have to respect his shooting game, and you just saw there his post-up play and a hook from 9 feet out or so, taking a breather. Owen coming in. 4 minutes 22 left in the first quarter.
Lions bringing up over the timeline. Here's Espy, guarded by Sherfield. Ball screen comes. Three-pointer on the way, can't get it to go as Scowen's three is off. Last touch by the Flyers though, so Fyllingen will get a new possession here, leading by 1. Ball into Davis, guarded by Sherfield. Davis again looking to go one-on-one. Another mid-range two and another bucket for Deshaun Davis.
That's such a, when you look at percentages and how to score as well, just that mid-range jump shot, arguably very difficult for the reward and the percentage that you make of those, but he's making it look easy out there tonight. Just a couple of crossovers, that pull-up shot. Haven't seen him miss one yet from there.
Kendall Lewis to the basket, can't get it to go. Rebound is secured by Jesse Denver. Espy. Screen comes from Jawara. Another mid-range jumper on the way. This time is no good, but an offensive rebound as Jawara puts it in off the glass. Lions out to a 5-point lead here. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Oh, nice pass. And Owen McCormack finishes.
Yeah, lovely pass there from Corey Samuels. Leading Owen McCormack to the bucket. Julie put it away. Takes Flyers tally to 14.
Davis again putting it on the floor this time. Can't get it to go. Rebound gobbled up by Kendall Lewis. Flyers can push. Samuels skips it out. Pasquale Landolfi for three off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Samuels. Hustles on the loose ball. And it ends up in the hands of the Lions. Davis up against Samuels. No charge given. There is a charge given. There's a late whistle from the referee. And Corey Samuels does well to move his feet there and get in position to take that charge.
Yeah, we sort of just waited there, didn't we? We kind of felt that there was enough contact for a charge, but one referee took it upon himself to call the charge. But solid defense there from Corey Samuels. Getting the turnover.
Well, Pasquale Landolfi gets us back underway. Here's Leslie Smith into the game for the first time tonight. Samuels. Top to Sherfield. Screen comes from Smith. Samuels uses the screen. Now Sherfield curling off. Catches and shoots and drains it for three. And just like that, we are tied at 17 points apiece.
Beautiful step back from Sherfield. Let's get that three-pointer to go, give himself a bit of room.
Espy to the basket, kicks it out. Good ball movement here from the Lions. Fong for a mid-range two, can't get it to go. Rebound McCormack. Samuels going downhill. Oh, it's blocked by the Lions. And here they come the other end, turning defense into offense. Fong fakes it. Three-pointer is good for Scowen. And just like that, they respond with a triple at the other end.
Yeah, really smart play there for the Lions. Player on the perimeter just gave up, just literally just dished it off, passed it to him right there. Was it Scowen with the 3? Good recognition from them, getting the shooter on the ball. Knocks down the 3. And they should be up by 20, right? It's 2017?
Yeah, it should say 2017. Score is 2017. Another 3-ball on the way. Another 3-ball drops for the Fyllingen Lions. And just like that, it is a 6-point lead. 23 points to 17. Nice dish inside to McCormack. Gets it to go. Count it and the foul. And the big fella will get a line for a bonus.
Yeah, good read in there, good positioning from McCormack, right underneath the basket. And the Lions' defense, in the interior defense, hasn't been particularly good. McCormack there getting exactly where he wanted to go. And then with a contact after the finish. And it says Flyers 19-17, but we think that's 23-19, right?
That is correct, yeah. The score graphic on your screen is not correct. We are getting the pictures sent through from Norway. 3-point play is good by McCormack. Espy can't get the mid-range 2 to go. Offensive rebound is secured. New 14 for the Lions. Espy going downhill, kicks it out. Kanyinda gets it to go. Tough move inside.
Yeah, big long limbs there. Elevating, able to put it away.
Here's Walsh. Screen from Leslie Smith. Landolfi fires up for 3, drains the 3 on the buzzer. Pasquale Landolfi with the triple right at the end of the first quarter. And that will do it for the end of the first period. We'll be back with you in a couple of moments' time.
Taking chance.
Yeah, don't forget the final home game of the Flyers ENBL campaign is against Dynamo Bucharest in the new year. Wednesday, January 15th, 7:30 p.m. tip-off, and tickets are available right now over at bristolflyers.co.uk. Well, we're all set to start the second period, and Gareth, the game was almost at risk of running away from the Flyers there. A couple of threes from Jared Sherfield and Pasquale Landolfi on the buzzer. It's made it a 2-point game at the end of one.
Yeah, exactly. Pasquale had sort of limited minutes so far this season, but you know he's going to be ready to shoot the basketball. He's in that corner, ready to go, not afraid to shoot it, and that was a big bucket there for Flyers. So Lions had a couple of back-to-back threes themselves, just seemed to stretch it out, but Pasquale right on the buzzer, able to bring that deficit just back to 2.
Well, Nicholas Scowen and Deshaun Davis have really done the damage for the hosts in the first quarter. Scowen on 9 points, and Davis not far behind on 8. And talk about some of the shots that Davis was taking, incredibly tough, just making it look so easy from the mid-range.
Yeah, he's done it a few times before. I think if he's was he averaging 26 points in the league and in this competition as well. So there's a guy that certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket, and yeah, certainly not the easiest way of doing it. You know, such a high skill level required, those crossovers, those mid-range pull-ups. So yeah, Coach Kapulis said probably try and make him try and do something a little bit different. Very easy to say that, but yeah, you can see why he's scoring so highly at the moment.
Well, here he is on the ball right now, this time dishing it off inside, and it's an easy finish in the end for Kanyinda. Four-point lead for the Lions. 27 points to 23. Here's Sherfield going downhill. Jared Shaw, what a block! Kanyinda just says no. Here come the Lions the other way. Davis to the basket, lays it up and in. And that is the perfect way for Fyllingen to start this second period.
Yeah, kind of with a massive athletic play there on Sherfield, swatting it away, running the transition. Davis with that nice finish at the bucket.
Leslie Smith rolling to the basket. Skip pass, McCormack, corner three ball, knocks it down.
And that's good spacing from McCormack, didn't get dragged in, just stayed in the corner there. Able to find him, knock down the three.
SB driving baseline, kicks it out, another three-pointer on the way, another three-pointer drops. This time it's good for Eric Fong, gets his first points of the game.
And we got ourselves a bit of a shootout here.
Walsh looking to go downhill in response, finds Leslie Smith at the elbow, nowhere to go, poked loose by the Lions. Great hands by Kanyinda. SB. Last touch by the Flyers. We'll stay with Fyllingen.
Timeout, I think Bristol Flyers. Coach Kapoulis seen enough in this couple of minutes to want to talk things over with his team.
Both things, to say, Fyllingen, they raced out to that hot start to open the second period. They created that little bit of separation. 32 points to 26 is the score in the on the live stats at least. There's an error on the score graphic you see on your screen there. But of course, Lions have been turning defense into offense. I mean, we've seen some of the blocks, some of the steals, very active hands on the defensive end.
Yeah, and I think Coach Poulos, it seems Flyers come out a little bit maybe too casual in this second quarter. So I think Coach Poulos, they're just calling that timeout, maybe just to get that kind of point across there that you need to keep that intensity up for 40 minutes. And it seems that the Lions sort of certainly bought it early on in this second quarter, outscoring the Flyers 7-3 early in the second part of the game.
McCormack's tally is now up to 8 points to lead the way for the Flyers. He's a perfect 3 for 3 from the field, and in recent games we've really seen him step up for the Flyers, knocking down those open looks. It's really been impressive.
Yeah, exactly. There's another guy who, 6'7", 6'8", Owen McCormack, that can knock down threes. Really versatile team Coach Poulos has put together. Sort of over the previous seasons, we've talked about Flyers and the three-point shooting has always been a little bit of a struggle, but it kind of feels he's recruited players that can knock down the three ball this season.
And it'll be Fyllingen to inbound from the baseline. Get us back underway. SB to inbound. Ball screen comes from Kanyinda, ends up with him, rolling to the basket, floats it up, can't get the finish. Rebound for Leslie Smith. Here's Walsh. Walsh drives into a double team, swings to Smith, and it's stolen away by Kanyinda. And look out below, the two-handed flush. And the Fyllingen Lions are all fired up after that transition play.
Yeah, he's a great player to watch. We're super impressed with him so far. What an athlete. He's just picked off that pass on the open floor.
Oh, nice backdoor pass. And Evan Walsh with the soft finish. It's 34-26 is the score. Scowen's left wide open for three, and Bob was in and out, and then back in again.
Yeah, I thought they got away with one there, Joel, but the ball had other ideas and it used all of the rim.
Walsh out to Landolfi. Landolfi puts it on the floor, kicks out to McCormack, thought about the three. He puts it on the floor this time, fakes it, takes it, and makes it. Oh, McCormack with the fancy footwork.
Yeah, McCormack's having himself a game. Again, just looks really in control of what he's doing, his decision making. Rejected the three-pointer, took it to the bucket.
10 first half points for McCormack as Davis just picks up where he left off in that first quarter. 12 first half points for him. Ball into McCormack. He can't get it to go, but a foul is called, and that will send him to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, they're really struggling. The Lions with McCormack. He's all over the place at the minute. again, finding himself a good position underneath the basket. Good pass into him. Got fouled on the way up. Asked the referee where the foul was, and the referee seemed to blow his whistle when he asked the question.
I will send him to the line for 2 shots as Ibuka Ekwe checks into the game for the first time tonight. And Flyers going deep into the rotation. If you just joined us, of course, Bristol without Keely Johnson, Raf Thomas Edwards and Alain Louis this evening out in Norway. McCormack knocks down the first. Hits the second as well. Cuts the lead down to 7. Bit of full court pressure now being shown by the Flyers. Davis finds Fong. Espy guarded by Ekwe. Espy driving inside, puts it on the floor, can't get it to go, and the rebound secured by McCormack. Here's Ekwe going the other way, puts it on the floor, draws the foul, and Ibuka Ekwe, chance for him to get his first 2 points for Flyers on the European stage here, Gareth.
Yeah, straight into the action, Ibuka. So the point guard there, was it Espy who was guarding there as well. Did a good job, I thought, guarding him, able to get the stop and then run in the lane, attacking the basket. He said, Joel, is his first points in European competition.
And he come from the free throw line. Of course, Ibuka Ekwe, former Flyers player pathway, academy player, come through the men's second team. Had a short stint with the Solent Kestrels and the Essex Rebels in ENBL Division 1, and then returned to the Flyers this season. And now with his first points in European competition. 5-point lead for the Lions. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Davis, now guarded by McCormack, pulls up for a mid-range 2, and Davis knocks it down. This man is unconscious from mid-range right now. Here's Corey Samuels, looking for Robinson. Again, active hands by the Lions as Samuels gets it in the end. Extra pass, finds Ekwe in the corner. Top to Samuels, shot clock down to 3. Samuels has to go to work here, and Samuels downhill all the way to the cup. Gets it in to go.
Yeah, Corey Samuels just seemed to open up there, knows for the help defense. And Corey Samuels, thank you very much, takes the layup.
Fakes, oh, it's a beautiful pump fake in the end from Nicholas Scowen. Knocks it down for 2.
Gotta say, Joel, this is definitely not a game for people that are into defense right now. I mean, yeah, they're just trading blows at the moment.
Here's McCormack. Backing down, kicks out to Samuels. Samuels open for 3. Samuels makes the 3. And Corey Samuels with the last 5 points for the Flyers. Davis. Screen comes. Davis with a mismatch, got McCormack on it. Step back, mid-range 2 from the elbow is long this time. And the long rebound falls to Samuels. McCormack, guarded by Davis. And McCormack backing down, taking advantage of the mismatch. Can't get it to go. It's good defense in the end by Fyllingen. Espy going in transition. It's going to be a reach-in foul called on Owen McCormack. And he's not happy with the call.
It looks like he's gone to the bench. So we got some, no, he's coming back in. No, it's Sherfield, looks like it's coming out.
I was going to say, it's only his first personal foul of the game. With all the back and forth, it's only a 4-point game here, Gareth. You almost felt at one point the lead was a lot larger, and I guess with a free-flowing game like this, it can certainly feel that the momentum can change in an instant.
Yeah, a lot of shots going down, a lot of three-pointers going in. It's certainly an offensive game at the moment, and maybe either team can get a hold of the defensive end. Might be the difference between the two.
Well, Davis and Scowen now both up to 14 points to lead the way for the Fyllingen Lions. Oh, McCormack has 12 points off the bench so far to lead the Flyers. Samuels. Here comes the screen from Robinson. Back top to Damon Robinson. Now finds Samuels once again.
Robinson with the big mismatch underneath.
Ekwe will fire up for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound secured by Jawara. Deshaun Davis. Now being guarded by Kendall Lewis. Switched on to Ekwe. Davis looking the dance of his defender. Ends up turning it over.
That's good defense by Ekwe.
Ball into Kendall Lewis and just couldn't quite get hold of the ball after sealing inside. And that's got to be a frustrating turnover for the Bristol Flyers. It's their 10th turnover of the game. Well, timeout's been called on the floor. Fyllingen Lions leading Bristol Flyers 43 points to 39 in the Flyers' 6th game of their European North Basketball League campaign. Of course, if you aren't familiar with the format, 18 teams split into 2 groups of 9. The top 4 teams from each group advancing to the European North Basketball League playoffs that take place early next year. And of course, Gareth, with the Flyers a long way to go. You look at the other group, the other team flying the flag for British basketball, Newcastle Eagles, having a great season in the European North Basketball League this year. Yeah,
it just seems a bit of a role reversal, doesn't it? Newcastle arguably may have a tougher group last season, but they're certainly holding their own in their league and looking good to qualify out of it.
Of course, the playoffs do start around about March or April next year. Don't forget to watch every Flyers ENBL game this season right here on Bristol Flyers TV.
Just looking at some early stats, Joel. 3-point percentage, always love a 3-point percentage. Lions shooting the ball 62%, 5 for 8. And the Bristol Flyers 4 for 7 at 57%. So some good outside shooting from both teams.
There's been good ball movement as well. I mean, there's been a lot of open looks out there from 3. You feel like whichever team makes that defensive adjustment going into this half-time break, I mean, this could be a crucial stretch now, these last few minutes or so of the first half.
Yeah, but both teams seem to be spreading the floor quite well, and you've seen Owen McCormack benefiting from the 3-point shot and also finding space underneath the basket. Very free-flowing game so far. Bristol Flyers, you said, Joel, 10 turnovers so far in the game. Lions with just the 4. That will be certainly something Coach Kapoulas will want to talk about in the halftime break.
We have seen them switch up to that full-court press throughout the season, and that certainly has been a difference maker for them at times. They often make that switch, they pressure the team up the half-court, and it's resulted in a lot of turnovers as well, and not so much this afternoon, but we have seen it at times from the Flyers in this game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so far 43 points in the half, and Coach Kapoulas normally with his high hands, that'll be a bit too much, or maybe just switching things up, play a more aggressive style of defense. Get after the ball and see if they can slow down the Lions a little bit. Good switch up, I think, from Coach Kapoulas. Give them something else to think about, the Lions.
Espy, guarded by Robinson. Oh, good hands by the Flyers. And it's stripped away. And Kendall Lewis going coast to coast, puts it in and can't get it to go. But he will go to the line to shoot too.
Yeah, attacked the basket really well there over the shorter man. Gets the contact as well. There was only one thing in his mind on that drive. And it was a good finish. Not easy when you're sort of kind of almost undercut, not through the defender's fault at all, but just rising above him. But able to concentrate and put that 2 points away. And that brings the game back to 4 points.
And that's exactly what we talked about just a couple of possessions ago. I mean, just those active hands, forcing the turnovers. And that's what Bristol Flyers have done so well throughout the season. We're starting to see that in the back end now of this first half.
Yeah, and it's fun. I think I've always been a big fan of playing aggressive sort of press defense. It just kind of gets you involved with the game. You can get good rewards, get easy baskets, and it sort of really engages you on the defensive end when you're looking to put a bit of pressure on there, particularly if you're getting success, getting steals.
Oh, good hands from Robinson to prevent the alley-oop. Ends up with Davis. Nice pass inside, and it's stolen again by the Flyers. And they force a couple of back-to-back turnovers here. Chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Samuels ends up turning it over. He's looking for McCormack on the baseline. There's the foul by Corey Samuels to stop that fast break there. Chance for Flyers to regain their composure on defense. As Corey Samuels takes a seat, Jared Sherfield returns to the game for Coach Kapoulis' side.
Of course, Coach rotating pretty frequently here with a short-handed Bristol Flyers. So players seeing plenty of minutes out there. I think every player's been on so far and had some good minutes.
Here's Davis up against McCormack. Pulls up from the free throw line. Can't get the drop. Rebound falls to Sherfield. Big screen from Damon Robinson as Jared Sherfield pulls up for three in transition, and he splashes it from downtown.
And adding to those already very good three-point statistics so far for both teams.
Here's Jesse Demba. Now finds Fong. Scowen, another triple, no good this time. Great hustle from Kendall Lewis to prevent the offensive rebound. Sherfield. Robinson rolling to the basket, now finds Kendall Lewis. Back top to Sherfield, shot clock down to 10. Sherf pulls up top of the key, off the back iron, no good. Rebound Davis. Deshaun Davis, in and out dribble. Kicks it out to Scowen. Now finds Fong. Fong fakes it, pulls up from the free throw line. Chases down his own rebound though. And Scowen, he can't get the offensive rebound finish to go.
Yeah, Flyers done a really good job on Davis the last few offenses now. He's had a few really difficult shots. We've seen him make some difficult shots, but almost been defended by the taller guard, and he's finding it a little bit more difficult. Not able to get anything in his last few attempts.
Robinson's three is no good. Davis now chance to retake the lead for the Lions going into halftime, and he does so off the glass and in. Lions up by one.
Yeah, right on cue there. Davis taking it to the rack. Nice finish at the basket.
It's around a 12-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Sherfield bounces it off his foot. Great hustle from Davis. He has to shoot with the shot clock winding down, and he's way off the mark in the end. And Coach Kapoulis not happy with his team's execution in that last possession of the first half. And Leslie Smith comes in, and McCormack takes a seat.
And a timeout called. Can it be important play? 10 seconds left of the first half. And finally gonna have the ball.
I was going to say, in close games like this, you know, when you have the chance to call a timeout, you've got a timeout to use before the halftime break. May as well use it, draw something up. Chance for the Lions to extend their lead going into halftime, and it'd be interesting to see if you can see the clipboard to see what kind of look Coach is going for here.
Yeah, certainly getting a good play, a well-executed play. Could maybe make that difference going into the locker room at halftime. If you get a good shot, able to extend that lead. It looks like Coach there's just pointing out, not really drawing anything up, just pointing out a few things.
Well, this game has gone back and forth. The Fyllingen Lions have led by as many as 9 points. Flyers have rallied back to take a very brief lead at the back end of this first half. But with 10 seconds to go, it is the Lions with a chance to extend their lead in this final possession of the second period.
And will Flyers look to put a bit of pressure on? Yeah, they are going for the press. Going to speed things up a little bit.
Ball into Espy. Into a double team. Blows by Ekwe. SB kicks it out to the corner. Davis for three. Way off the mark. Robinson with a Hail Mary. And that will do it for the end of a back and forth first half. But in the end, it's a 1-point game with the Fyllingen Lions from Norway leading the Bristol Flyers 45 points to 44. We're going to take a short break, but do stay with us because after the break, Gareth and I are going to break down all the action from the first half.
Smith and on the baseline. Oh my goodness, play of the game.
Today, we celebrate a milestone moment for Bristol Flyers. As we all look back on an incredible 20 seasons, we are thrilled to announce a new chapter in the journey, both for Flyers and for us at WOB competitions.
From the very beginning, I had the privilege of guiding the team through every division, the top flight, and now European competition. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. As we step into the new era of Super League basketball, we're very excited for the future. The next 20 years promise even greater moments, and we're ready for the challenge.
I'm delighted to announce WOB Competitions as the new principal partner to the Bristol Flyers. This partnership aligns with our commitment to celebrate both excellence and ambition. Our competitions give you the chance to win exclusive experiences at some of the UK's most iconic venues.
We're proud to share our ambitions with a company that mirrors our growth and aspirations.
Together, with Bristol Flyers, we look forward to an exciting future, filled with unforgettable moments and continued success.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI. We will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
Where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League basketball, a new dawn is here.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. We're at the half. It is a 1-point game between the Fyllingen Lions of Norway and the Bristol Flyers. Got a bit of gymnastics on show at half-time. And, of course, Gareth, this has been a back-and-forth game so far. I don't really know what to make of it. I mean, it's been like back and forth. There hasn't been much defence being played out there. Plenty of shooting, both teams shooting 50% from the three-point line. What have you made of it?
Yeah, the same as usual, really. It's been almost a bit of a scrimmage game, really. It's a team sort of shooting the ball really well. It's certainly an offensive-minded game. Both teams shooting the ball very, very well. I said both teams 50% from the three-point line. It's been great to watch. Some good ball movement, some good individual talent, and you just feel whichever team steps up that defensive intensity. We saw Flyers there towards the last sort of couple of minutes of that first half, put a bit of full court pressure on, got some luck, got some steals. We're able to get some points off of that, so I think it's going to be that sort of intensity that is going to make the difference between this game tonight.
Yeah, that you do feel that way, don't you? I mean, it's going to be whichever team can make those half-time adjustments, and we've seen players from Fyllingen Lions go off in that first half. I mean, Deshaun Davis with 16 points. He's the ENBL's leading scorer. It's one of those scouting report games. He's going to sit top of the scouting report. You know exactly what he's going to do, and you just can't stop him doing what he does best.
It's very difficult. It did get a little bit better for the Flyers, I thought, again, sort of the last sort of 5 minutes, having sort of taller defenders on him, able to sort of, make it more difficult to shoot over them. But, just saw his ability to get into the basket without a sort of reverse layup there as well. He sort of had enough of his mid-range. I thought he would just switch things up and go to the rack instead. So, yeah, you obviously can't keep your eye off him. He's going to be a major threat, but it's keeping the other players contained as well. They've shooting the ball really well, 5 for 10, so that's something you need to close out the shooters. We haven't really seen that defensive intensity of sort of closing out players on the perimeter there, and both teams taking full advantage, shooting the ball really well.
Well, let's take a look at some of those key plays from the first half out in Bergen. And the game sort of started very offensive-minded. I mean, they were knocking down threes for fun in the early parts of the game. And then that's the point when Deshaun Davis really started to take over from that mid-range. And that is such a difficult shot to guard, isn't it?
It is, and you sort of know what's coming, but it's just that ability, that the handles there, that he can kind of create space for himself and get that shot up and over the defender. Very difficult to stop. But so all you can do is just make it as difficult as you can, just try and contain, get a hand up in the shooter's face. But if you're knocking down shots like that, there's not an awful lot you can do about it.
McCormack really got himself going in that the back end of that first quarter. 12 first half points for him, and knocking down the looks when he's taken them. He's really impressing out there.
Yeah, he's having a great first half. Arguably the best half he's had, I think, in a Flyers uniform. He's had some good performances, but it's all working well for him. Knocking down the threes, taking the ball to the basket, getting himself good positions under in the paint. So yeah, good all-round game from Owen, and that intensity always brings a lot of intensity on the defense. Always talking as well. You can hear him sort of away from the court, chatting to his players. Let him know where the help is. So yeah, having a really good game, Owen.
A couple of careless turnovers for Bristol Flyers, you saw there, just resulted in a couple of leak-outs in transition, particularly for Joel Kanyinda. 8 first half points for him, a couple of big throwdowns in transition, and you feel like with the 10 turnovers, for 11 turnovers even from that first half, if Bristol Flyers can just neaten that up a little bit in the second half, they should be able to go on a run here. Yeah,
11 points from the turnovers as well. 11 turnovers, 11 points from it. So, by those statistics, yeah, that's one area that the Flyers will need to just tidy up, just look after the ball a little bit better. It's already difficult enough task on defence to stop the likes of Davis, so you don't want to give any freebays, make the Lions work for any shots they do get.
Well, let's take a look at the key stats from that first half. And, of course, both teams shooting 50% from three. They were hot out the gates, weren't they, from downtown?
Yeah, both teams shooting the ball really well, field goal percentages. And I would say free throws, 9 for 9, great for the Flyers. And Lions, not to get to the free throw line yet. But, yeah, good shooting from them. Rebound competition is always going to be difficult. It's always difficult, but Flyers, fairly evenly matched there as well. And just the turnovers, 6 to 11, as we touched on earlier, that'll be an area that Flyers just want to make sure they look after the ball a little bit better and not give any cheap baskets away.
And from a Fyllingen Lions point of view, will that be some of the key messaging going into the second half? Do you feel maybe get to the foul line a bit more in this game?
Yeah, they've sort of mixed it out a little bit, but a lot of their points have been transitions or threes or those mid-range pull-ups, so not giving themselves an opportunity of attacking the basket particularly hard. When they have got, it's been on a fast break opportunity, but they seem quite happy settling for pull-ups and threes as well, so that generally won't give you those opportunities going for the free throw line as well, because you're not sort of driving in traffic looking to get that contact. But I think just the intensity on defence, both teams really need to just increase that a little bit and try and make defence and get those stops and try and win the game that way. Because at the minute, it could be any team's game right now. One team will need to sort of stamp their authority on the defensive end and really try and shake things up from that point of view.
Great stuff. Well, it's been an exciting game so far out in Norway, but don't forget you can get your hands on tickets for the Flyers as they return to ENBL action in the new year. They take on Dynamo Bucharest, one of the most decorated clubs in Romania, on Wednesday, January 15th. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. and their tickets are on sale right now at bristolflyers.co.uk. Well, that's going to do it for our half-time coverage, but do stay with us because we've got second half action coming right up for you after the break.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI. We will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
Where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball. A new dawn is here.
ENBL, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL, ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL.
Bend my shank, they hold my phone when they know I'm free. Just give me a few days, I'm out this pack. I ain't gonna touch no bro, not me. Like it won't come back, I'm playing on grass. I could've got put handcuffed, don't see my naked G, so losing chance. I ain't not taking chance.
Hello, welcome back to Flyers TV powered by ATPI as we are set to start the third quarter out in Bergen, Norway, as the Fyllingen Lions lead the Bristol Flyers 45 points to 44. If you've just joined us, it has been a very offensive game out there. Plenty of open looks for both teams, and Gareth, I feel like whichever team can really make that adjustment on the defensive end can really take a full advantage in this third period.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure both coaches have spoken at half-time about increasing that defensive intensity, and that will be the difference maker in this game. Otherwise, you really are just taking it to chance if you're trading baskets. Both teams knocking down shots, both teams shooting the ball really well. You're gonna have to try and do what you can to get those averages down a little bit. And Davis is having himself a game, 16 points in the first half, Joel. And got a bit, sort of was quite quiet as well, very efficient. Didn't look like he had the ball 60 times. I was surprised when you said that, just very efficient around the basket.
If you just joined us as well, I mean, the Flyers, they are short-handed out in Norway this evening. No Keedy Johnson, no Elaine Louis, and no captain Raf Thomas Edwards either. And we talked about it in the build-up to this game. I mean, the opportunity for players to step up in their absence. Corey Samuels, 7 first-half points with 2 rebounds as well. And we've certainly seen the improvement of his game as this season has come along, Gareth.
Yeah, exactly. Just taking it all in its stride. It's nothing new now for Corey. He's playing against some good European opposition. Just seems very sort of comfortable with his surroundings and adding those adding good contributions. But really impressed. Evan Walsh having a good game. McCormack stepping up as well. So we're getting those players. We talked about taking opportunities with those extended minutes, and you see players just doing that.
McCormack leading the way, 12 first half points for him. He is 4 for 5 from the field. He's also got 3 rebounds to his name as well. And meanwhile, the leaders for the Fyllingen Lions, Deshaun Davis, the ENBL's leading scorer, joint leading scorer this season, 16 first half points for him. And Nicholas Scowen, 14 points for the hosts. Well, it's going to be Flyers who will get us back underway to start this third period. Chance for them to retake the lead here on this first possession. Ball into Walsh. Here's Samuels. Robinson posting up inside, looking to go to work. Double team comes, kick back out to Samuels, and just a bit of miscommunication on the pass as Robinson throws it out of bounds.
We talked about turnovers, Joel, didn't we, sort of at the half-time break. And that's not a good start. First offense.
Here is Davis. Screen comes. Davis swings it out to Scowen, fakes the 2. Fong, extra pass back to Davis. The ball screen comes from Kanyinda. Davis looking to dish it off, but into the hands of Corey Samuels. Great defense by him. Sherfield. Going to be a reach-in foul called against Davis. So it's going to be his second personal foul of the game.
Bit of frustration there for Davis. Want to turn over himself at the other end, just looking to sort of dish off underhand sort of pass there, and got picked off from the Flyers. And Davis coming back, frustration, picks up a foul.
Ball into Lewis. Top to Samuels. Sherfield going downhill, out to Kendall Lewis. He puts it on the floor. Now back to Damon Robinson with a mid-range 2. Overcooks it that time. SB. Finds Kanyinda. Now Fong. SB now finds Davis. He goes downhill, floats it up. Off the front iron, can't get it to go. Another rebound falls to Corey Samuels, and there's a foul called away from the ball, says the referee. Couldn't quite see who that was on, but it will be a Flyers basketball.
Fyllingen the Lions now putting a bit of full court pressure on.
Ball into Samuels. Guarded by SB. Sherfield back to Samuels. Screen from Robinson. Screen away for Sherfield. Open for 3. Drains the 3. And that is a well-executed offense by the Bristol Flyers.
Yeah, well executed, and that defense not quick enough to close out. Sherfield had a good look at it.
Nice move inside, but it's going to be an offensive foul called against SB. Ball go back to the Bristol Flyers. Look to build on this lead here.
Yeah, just used his elbow there, almost as a hook around Corey Samuels. He had good position on Corey. Got to put the ball in first, I think.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a baseline ball for the Flyers. So the officials, it's going to be Samuels to put it in here.
And the Lions perking up again. Bit of pressure, bit of man-to-man pressure. They just seem quite happy to drop back into the half court.
Here's Corey Samuels. Looking for Sherfield once again. Sherfield goes back door this time. Receives the handoff from Damon Robinson. Shot clock down to 5. Walsh into Robinson, into a double team. Great defense by the Lions. Oh, it's stolen back by the Flyers. The shot clock buzzer expires. Doesn't matter anyway, as Kendall Lewis with the two-handed flush.
Yeah, Lewis not get back on defense there, and was in the right position at the right time. Elevates over with the finish, and that extends the Flyers' lead out by 4.
Is that the play that Flyers need to spark a run, as SB responds at the other end with a tough fadeaway jump shot. Samuels beats his defender, kicks it out to Lewis, extra pass to Scherf. 3 no good, but a second chance opportunity for the Flyers. Here's Walsh this time, out to Samuels for 3. He can't finish the triple. Sherfield looking to poke it loose, pokes it loose again, but this time is called for the foul.
I love the intensity though from Sherfield. Just makes the ball handler think twice a little bit. Sherfield all over him. He picked up the foul there, but not making it easy. It's that intensity, setting those standards.
We've seen Sherfield with the active hands so many times. I mean, you look at that second leg of the SLB Trophy semi-final out in Czechia. He had 6 steals in that game, along with that career-high 36-point performance. And he is a guy that has very active hands on the defensive end.
He's just such an all-round defender, isn't he, Sherfield? Certainly Coach Kapoulis looks to him to guard the main threats of the opposing teams.
Well, we are all tied up at 49 points apiece. Here's Samuels. It's going to be a foul call. It's going to be palming.
A carry, yeah.
Yep, says the referee. You don't see that called very often. We'll go back to the Fyllingen Lions. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Scowen swings to Davis. Screen comes from Kanyinda. Davis puts it on the floor, kicks it out. Scowen for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound into the hands of Robinson. Kendall Lewis into Jared Sherfield. Sherfield down to a double team, floats it up and floats it in. That is a tough shot over the outstretched arms of 2 defenders.
Yeah, Sherfield just bullying his way down to rise above his defender, and that's a difficult shot. But Sherfield showing what he can do on the offensive end as well as the defensive end.
2-point lead for the Flyers. Kanyinda, guarded by Sherfield, puts it on the floor, floats it up and bobbles around and gets the drop. And once again, we're tied at 51 points apiece. Walsh downhill. That is a very Evan Walsh move.
Yeah, you're not going to stop Walsh in that. Again, just no help being offered, and one-on-one, Evan Walsh gets that quick burst of speed, able to get to the basket.
Kanyinda can't finish inside. Rebound by Kendall Lewis. Just past the midway point now of this third quarter. Kendall Lewis off the glass, takes the contact and puts it in. And just like that, timeout has been called on the floor by the Fyllingen Lions, because you feel that Bristol Flyers are getting easier shots around the basket in these last few possessions.
Yeah, for sure. You know, the Lions just defensively just don't seem to be there at all. Just seems way too easy for the Bristol Flyers right now. They're sort of getting what they want, and it just doesn't really seem to be much intensity. There's no kind of camaraderie there between the team, is there? I just feel like they just need to get together, and coach they're not happy with a player there, probably having a chat with the referees instead of getting in on the timeout, and coaches there probably wasted half of his timeout.
You can see very animated Coach Njai in the timeout here. As you say, probably lost valuable seconds in that period. Chance for his Side to regain composure. Coach, what do you think the conversation you're saying to your players in this huddle is right now, Garrett?
Well, I'd be quite disappointed just with the intensity on defense, really, Joel. That would be, I mean, he's not drawing anything up, so can you imagine that the words are going to be something on the lines of just trying to step it up a little bit on the a bit more intensity, really, at the minute. They're just sort of going through the motions on the defensive end, and that's not going to get you win this ball game. Really need to make more of a stand.
Well, you felt the Bristol Flyers have started to take some momentum in those first few plays of the third quarter. All 5 players back out there on the court. Of course, the next home game for Flyers, they come home. It's the last home game now, last game before Christmas even. They travel to Leicester Riders on the 27th of December. And then they get a short break through the festive period. With the busy schedule, it'll be well earned. Oh, nice steal by the Flyers, and Walsh finds Sherfield leaking out. He can't get it to go, though, and it's chased down by Davis. Davis in transition, off the glass and in. That is an incredibly tough finish. Makes it look so easy.
Yeah, just really well balanced. Sort of low centre of gravity, Davis. Backcourt violation there, and that's possibly a bit more intensity that coach was after for the Lions. Showing a little bit more about themselves now. Got a couple of turnovers.
Well, they now get a chance to tie or take the lead if they can knock down a 3 here. Espy. Screen from Kanyenda. Mid-range 2. Can't get it to go. Rebound for Jared Sherfield. It's his 5th rebound of the game. Lewis will fire up top of the key. He can't get it to go. Lions can push the other way. Davis pulls it back. Another mid-range 2 on the way. Again, they've just gone cold from the mid-range area they were so successful from in the first half. Kendall Lewis going all the way inside, takes a bump, puts it up. No foul given, says the referee. Walsh does well to hustle on the loose ball, and this time Kendall Lewis puts it in, looking for a foul, and nothing given by the referee. And he'll get spoken to, a technical foul warning after touching the ball after it went through the net.
Yeah, exactly. Just a bit of frustration. Held the ball there and get a warning from the referee.
Well, here is Davis into a double team. Espy kicks it out. Another 3 ball on the way. Can't get it to go, and you feel that Lions have just gone cold here these last few possessions.
Yeah, not really mixing up. It seems to be a lot of perimeter, outside shots, not getting much inside at the moment. Certainly no post-up action, no post-up play.
Walsh does well to draw the foul there. Subs come in for the Fyllingen Lions. Looking to get some more intensity on the defensive end with the substitutions. Kendall Lewis takes a seat for the Flyers. Into the game comes Leslie Smith.
Yeah, just looking at contributions off the bench, Joel. Flyers 17 bench points, and the Lions just 2. So Lions not really having an awful lot coming off in terms of scoring.
Oh, nice pass into Leslie Smith. Puts it in and count it. And he'll go to the line for a 3-point play. And that's a well-executed play out of the sideline, out of bounds there for the Flyers. It resulted in the Leslie Smith 2. Can't get the 3-point play to go, but an offensive rebound for Jared Sherfield. Ball into Smith once again. This time out to Samuels. Shot clock down to 6. Smith has to go to work. Pulls up from the elbow. Can't finish. McCormack does well to tip the ball back out for a 3rd chance opportunity.
Yeah, and Flyers doing a good job on the offensive boards. Again, just seem a little bit more hungry at the moment.
McCormack wide open for 3. Can't get it to go this time. And the rebound ends up in the hands of the Lions. Davis going downhill, nice move, can't get the finish. Rebound for Owen McCormack.
And Davis, his struggles continue for the Lions. That's a few opportunities and able to get that to go. And they really need him to start knocking a few down now as Flyers begin to stretch out this lead.
Well, subs coming in for the Lions. Ibukarekwe coming back into the game for Coach Kapoulis' side. As Leslie Smith finds himself back at the free throw line. Of course, Leslie Smith, a real veteran on this Flyers team now, with Raf Thomas Edwards out through injury. Now just the sole captain, because obviously they're co-captains out there on the team, and he's a real leader for this team, isn't he?
Yeah, just that experience as well, big body. Les, really enjoys his basketball. He loves making those passes as well, doesn't he? He loves getting involved. He's not just a big body, he can shoot the basketball, likes taking a three as well, can step out.
Here's Davis. SB. Screen comes from Kanyinda. SB looking inside for the rolling player. Double team comes from the Flyers. Great defense, and the foul is called though. It will send Joel Kanyinda to the line to shoot two. Well, Kanyinda, 12 points to his name in this game so far tonight. He's been really active on the defensive end, hands all over the place, leaking out in transition. Just 23 years old. He's averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds in the game in the ENBL this season. Second one is good for Kanyinda. As Lions are just chipping away at this Bristol Flyers lead, but the Flyers have outscored the Lions 17 points to 10 in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's been a good third quarter for the Bristol Flyers, breaking down that press fairly comfortably.
Here's Walsh.
And it looks like Lions have opted to go to a zone.
Walsh inside to Smith. Smith puts it up. Smith can't get it to go though. And the rebound falls into the hands of the Lions. Mid-range two is good at the other end. And it's knocked down by the Lions. And just like that, it's a three-point game. Ekwe, top to Walsh. Now finds Sherfield. Back inside to McCormack. Ekwe, screen comes from Smith. Ekwe just ends up turning it over.
A little bit of miscommunication there. It's just a three-point game. Again, a couple of turnovers, a few loose ones there, not under too much pressure. Coughing the ball up.
Davis downhill, can't get it to go. Offensive rebounds put in by Joel Kanyinda. And just like that, it is a one-point game once again. Smith finds McCormack. He fires up for three. He drains the three. And Owen McCormack just picking up where he left off in that first half. Now 15 points for him off the bench. Three-pointer no good in the response. Smith out to Walsh. Final possession of this third quarter. Shot clock is turned off. Walsh going downhill. It's going to be an offensive foul against Walsh. And with 6.1 seconds to go in the third, the Fyllingen Lions will have a chance to bring it to a one-possession game here in the last possession of the quarter.
Yep, just mopping up the sweat there on the court. But yeah, 6 seconds, plenty of time to get a good offense. Coach opting not to take a timeout. I think he's taken one timeout already, hasn't he? Early on in the quarter, so going to save his next couple for the fourth.
Ball into Davis. 5 seconds to go in the third. Davis driving downhill all the way to the bucket. Can't get it to go, and that will do it for the end of the third quarter. It is a 4-point lead for the Bristol Flyers. We've got fourth quarter action coming up after the break.
Bend my shank, they pull my phone when they know I'm free. Just give me a few days, I'm out this pack. I ain't gonna touch no ball, not me. Like it won't come back, I'm playing no grass. I could've got put handcuffed, don't see my taking G's, so here's a chance. I ain't not taking chance.
Back to Bergen, Norway, where the Flyers lead by 4 points at the end of the third period. We do apologise for the lack of arena audio. The back end of that third quarter, we are receiving the pictures from our colleagues out in Norway. But Gareth, this being a 4-point lead, the Flyers, they actually led by as many as 8 points in that quarter, just allowed the Lions to creep back into the game in those last few possessions or so.
Yeah, exactly. couple of turnovers giving a little bit of momentum, and Flyers doing a good job on Davis. 16 at the half and 18 in that third, just the 2 in the third quarter. But you feel you can't keep a guy like that down for too long. You know, I expect him to come back strong. So, you know, Bristol Flyers need to keep bringing that intensity, keep focused, try and defend that 4-point lead that they've got. But yeah, just a few kind of easier turnovers. Just need to cut that out, because yeah, Lions looked a little bit lost early in that third quarter, able to rally back, picked up the intensity a little bit.
Well, this game is hanging in the balance, and the fourth quarter is officially underway. SB cutting inside, scoops it up and scoops it in, and that is the perfect start for the Lions to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, just seemed to open up there for SB as well. Gratefully getting to the basket to get the quarter off with a fairly straightforward layup from him.
Here's McCormack. Looking for Robinson inside, now skips to Samuels, which loses control of it. Screen from Robinson. Samuels turns the corner downhill. McCormack gets it off in time and beats the buzzer, but it will be a shot clock violation, says the referee, and it's one of those ones that they do have the ability to look back at it.
I was going to say, Joe, if they thought that there was a contentious call, they got the ability to have a little look at it. But no, the decision's been accepted, and the Lions come away with it.
Screen from Kanyinda is lobbed up. No good on the pass, and it's stolen away by the Flyers. And there's Kendall Lewis leaking out the other way. Puts it in off the glass. SB, guarded by Samuels. SB once again. This time's got Robinson on him. He pulls it out to the three-point line. Ball into Kanyinda, guarded by McCormack. His hook shot no good, but back into his hands, and great block by McCormack. And Flyers with another defensive stop. Robinson, hands off with Sherfield. Here comes the screen from Robinson, swings to Lewis. Lewis for three. No good that time. Here's SB. 3 points are on the way. Bobbles in and out. Rebound for McCormack. That's his 8th rebound of the game.
The rushed offense, I think, from the Lions. You just feel that they want to try and get the ball in Davis's hand a little bit more often at the moment. He's the guy that's going to get them back in the game.
Here's Kendall Lewis for three. He overcooks it from downtown. It was a great move inside from Robinson. Should have really gone up with it. Espy. Screen comes from Kanyinda. Espy with a mid-range two is short, but into the hands of Joel Kanyinda. It's great defense, but they've left the shooter wide open for three. It's knocked down by Jassi Demba.
He certainly enjoyed knocking, maybe doesn't knock too many threes down. He certainly enjoyed that one. And that's a big bucket. That brings down the lead just to one now for the Flyers, and again another turnover.
Samuels ends up throwing it out of play. Here the fans all hyped up after that one. Feel a comeback on the cards for their home side. A few high fives there for the kids sat in the front row.
Yeah, it's good to see the families out on a Thursday evening. Watch a bit of European basketball.
Here's Davis. Davis gets it back, splits the defense. Nice pass back into Davis. He squeezes it in with the finger roll. And just like that, the Lions are back on top by one. Walsh out to Lewis. Robinson with the steal and the bump. Gets it in, second chance opportunity. It's going to be an and one as well. And he'll go to the line for a bonus.
I feel in the game, Joel, the Lions really struggled with that inside presence. A lot more physical, the Bristol Flyers, and you can only imagine that some of the European teams see the likes of Bamba with some big body, some big physical presence in there. With some of the Flyers, it's been difficult to cope with, but really bullying, dominating the inside paint here tonight against Fyllingen.
And that's always been a part of the Flyers' DNA, what they call Flyers basketball, very physical style of play, like the crashy offensive glass, and it's really been showing in this game as well.
Yeah, the bigger the Lions, they tend to be a little bit more athletic, long players, but Flyers are mixing it up, able to bully their way in the paint, grab those boards, and back down the players.
Here's Espy going downhill. Kanyinda on the follow. He can't get it to go. It's into the hands of Walsh. There's a 3-on-2 for the Flyers, and Walsh goes coast to coast. Can't get the layup to go. Here come the Lions the other way. It's good transition defense by Bristol. Davis downhill. Kanyinda can't get it on the follow. Both teams struggling to score these last few possessions. Walsh looking inside for Lewis. Lewis, couple of bumps, puts it up and puts it in. And Bristol Flyers starting to pull away a little bit here. Espy. Mid-range two is no good by Scowen, and it's going to be an over-the-back foul by Robinson. Hard to tell from our angle. You don't often see a foul like that on the over-the-back foul on a defensive rebound like that, but
it's an unusual call. But Davis has checked out for the Lions. Probably get a bit of a breather. Doesn't quite look quite as composed as he was in that certainly that first quarter, where everything he was putting up was going in. Seemed to be struggling a little bit offensively.
The mid-range two is good by the Lions. They're hanging in there. The home fans are behind them. And can Bristol Flyers hold on with 5 minutes to go in the fourth? Sherfield for three. He knocks it down. And that is a clutch triple in response for the Flyers. Five-point lead for the Bristol. Kanyinda. Espy, guarded by Samuels. Here's Scowen, mid-range two is short. Rebound for Samuels. It's his fifth rebound of the game. Sherfield, he's made one. Can't get the second to go, but the long rebound falls to Damon Robinson. And the Flyers will get a new 14 seconds here. Samuels beats his defender, kicks it out. Kendall Lewis for three, splashes it, and a pair of back-to-back threes for the Bristol Flyers. Matches their biggest lead of the game at 8.
Lions, that intensity's just dropped down again. Way too easy. Lewis had all the time in the world to pick his spot.
SB looking for a three in response, can't get it to go. It's going to be a foul on Kanyinda as he tries to reach in for the rebound. And a timeout, I believe, is being called on the floor. Yes, it is. Both teams looking to talk things through here. Bristol, a pair of back-to-back threes from Jared Sherfield, Kendall Lewis as well. It's really given them the separation they need here. And with 4 minutes to go, can the Flyers hold on for their second European win of the season?
I think their coach there just giving his players a bit of a breather. A lot of sort of huffing and puffing going on there as well. You just feel that maybe that intensity, that boost they had, trying to get themselves back in the game is telling a little bit now, but the intensity certainly dropped on the defensive end again. We saw the coach call a timeout early in that third quarter to try and rally his troops a little bit. We did see a good response for them, but again, just way too easy for the Flyers moving that ball around, picking off those open shots.
And for Coach Kapoulas, of course, important to not leave the door open for the Lions to mount a comeback. These next couple of possessions or so could really be crucial in which team comes away with the win here.
Yeah, certainly looking after the ball, just make sure there's nothing easy for these guys to get back into. Flyers are on the ascendancy right now. You don't want to kind of do anything that's going to take that away from yourself. You don't want to self-inflict any damage. You want Lions to try and do that. So yeah, just keep playing your game. Look after the basketball and see out these last 4 minutes.
Well, it's going to be Corey Samuels to inbound from the baseline. Bit of full court pressure now being shown by the Lions. They get it up over the halfway line. Here's Walsh. Finds Lewis, swings to Sherfield, back top to Walsh. Shot clock down to 5. Walsh skips it. Oh, it's turned over by the Flyers. SB now finds Davis. Three-pointer on the way. Is short by Fong. Fong now puts it on the floor. Oh, what a block from Kendall Lewis. Rejected. And that is a huge defensive stop for the Flyers. Just when you felt that the Lions were starting to build a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, Fong had a go from three-point land, missed that one, decided to attack the bucket. Lewis was there to swat it away.
Oh, another turnover by the Flyers. They've turned it over on the last 2 possessions. And Davis going downhill all the way to the bucket with the layup off the glass.
I feel that Davis is the man now. He's going to take that responsibility. Premium offensive scorer for the Lions, and
Walsh can't get it to go, but gets a second chance opportunity out of it. Ball into Kendall Lewis. Skip pass. Samuels open for 3. Big three-pointer for Corey Samuels. And just when they needed it most, Samuels now gets his tally up to 10.
Again, Samuels just trailing on the play, wide open, top of the key all the time. Knocks it down. Big bucket for him.
Scowen kicks it out to Fong. Here's Scowen again for 3. Triple knocks it down in response. And it's turned into a shootout here in Bergen, Norway. Here's Sherfield now. Thought about the 3, but decided to use a bit of clock here. Under 2 minutes to go in the 4th.
Just try and control the game, control the tempo.
Walsh, skip pass. Kendall Lewis knocks it down. It's both teams exchanging threes. You see Scowen just holding his knee there after knocking down the 3. That is a huge triple for the Flyers. It's their biggest lead of the game at 9.
And that's a blow for Scowen. He was certainly a danger man for the Lions, knocking down some big shots, but looks like he got a knee to the knee. It was always painful, and he sits down.
Espy going downhill. Oh, it's blocked again by the Flyers. It's turned into a block party.
Nowhere to go.
Here's Davis. He goes downhill and somehow gets it to go. And he's really put the team on his back in the fourth quarter. Flyers break out of the full court pressure. Look to burn some more seconds off the clock here. Samuels finds Sherfield. Shot clock down to 6. Robinson rolling to the basket. Nevin Walsh steps on the sideline. The timeout's been called on the floor by the Fyllingen Lions. With under a minute to go here, there is still time for them to mount a comeback.
Yeah, that's so frustrating, that the classic foot out of bounds on that sideline there. Just misjudged where he was, and it gives Lions somewhat of an opportunity. Just under a minute to go.
Well, 5 players now in double figures for the Flyers, led by Jared Sherfield's 16 points and 7 rebounds. Kendall Lewis has 16 points as well. Joint leading scorer for Coach Kapoulis' side. And Owen McCormack 15 off the bench, and then 10 points apiece from Corey Samuels and Damon Robinson. It's been a real team effort. Everyone's stepping up in the absence of some key players for Bristol tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good performance, and they'll want to seal that good performance with a win on the road in Norway. He said good contributions all around for the Flyers. And Davis really being the main component for the Lions. Scowen, 20 points for him. He said looks like he's not going to come back into the game. Limping a little bit, clutching that right leg there on the screen.
Well, is there one final twist in the tail? Under a minute to go in this fourth quarter. The Bristol Flyers are edging in on their second European win of the season. Espy's going to inbound from the sideline. Ball into Davis. Davis all the way to the basket. Nice move. Couldn't get the finish though, and a rebound secured by the Flyers, and there's the foul. Under a minute to go. There's still a couple of fouls to give though.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking this could be a long minute if we're they've opted into foul, which is probably likely what they're going to do. Try and force the Flyers onto the free throw line, stop the clock.
Ball into Samuels.
Now they're going to let it play out.
Under 50 seconds to go now. Samuels, screen from Robinson. Gets it back to Robinson. He's open. There's the foul in the end. Again, it's on the floor, so it will be a sideline and a bounce. And the shot clock will be reset to 14 seconds here. So Bristol looking to eat up some valuable seconds of the clock. I imagine the Lions may look to quickly foul. There is the quick foul. And that will send Kendall Lewis to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. 16 points for him, 3 rebounds, 2 assists tonight. And a chance for him to put this game away from the free throw line. Who as you like knocks down the first. Second one is good.
And you feel, Joel, it's going to be a bit too much now.
Here's Davis, guarded by Robinson. Davis puts it on the floor, fakes it, kicks it out for a corner 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound for Kendall Lewis. There's another foul. Another pair of free throws coming up for him. Chance for Bristol Flyers to make this a double-digit game here.
Yeah, it's been a really good quality second half performance from the Bristol Flyers defensively, really slowing down the Lions. 15 points in the third quarter, 16 points they've held the Lions to. And I think that's been the main difference in the game, just the defensive end, that physicality.
They have really picked it up in that second half. We spoke about it at halftime, whichever team you feel makes that defensive adjustment. Those mid-range twos that were so successful for them in the first half, not falling for the Lions in the second half. They're still looking to push. Here's a three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound for Robinson. And with 15 seconds to go, surely that will see this one out. Well, that will do it. Bristol Flyers with their second straight win in the European North Basketball League as they defeat the Fyllingen Lions of Norway 86 points to 76 on the road out in Bergen. And Gareth, what a performance it was for the Flyers in the end. A 10-point victory for them. I don't think the score quite reflects how close this game really was. But a strong performance, and now back-to-back wins for the Flyers in Europe. Yeah,
I think, Joe, I think a 10-point, I think is a deserved scoreline, actually. I think when Lions were getting close, I thought actually it's not fair on the Flyers. I think in the second half, they were by far the better team and deserved that 10-point victory for sure. And that's a well-deserved. They really showed the intensity, and it just, to me, looking on, the Lions at gas towards the end, they just couldn't keep up with the Flyers' intensity. A short-handed Bristol Flyers missing 3 key players and just wearing the Lions down and ultimately getting a well-deserved 10-point win.
Well, it is a 10-point win for the Flyers, but do stick around because after the break, Gareth and I are going to break down all the action from tonight's game.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI. We will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
Where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball, a new dawn is here.
ENBL, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL, ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL.
Bend my shank, they call my phone when they know I'm free. Just give me a few days, I'm out this pack. I ain't gonna touch no ball, not me. Like it won't come back, I'm playing on grass. I could've got put handcuffed on see my taking G, so losing chance. I ain't not taking chance.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI, where the Flyers just picked up a big win. 10-point victory out in Bergen, Norway, over the Fyllingen Lions. And Gareth, that was a massive win for the team, their second straight win in Europe for a short-handed Flyers team with key players out injured.
Yeah, fantastic performance, certainly in that second half. Certainly showed more control, I felt, more intensity on the defensive end, and just ground down the Lions. They couldn't answer. Davis dried up a little bit, even though he still ended up with 24 points, but he was certainly a threat the whole game. But stopping him at some key points in the game, that bit of intensity, that sort of physicality inside, that was the difference between the two teams.
Yeah, and five Flyers players in double figures in that game. Owen McCormack with 15 off the bench, Kendall Lewis with 19 points and 5 rebounds. It was a real team performance. They all really came together out there to get them over the line.
Yeah, exactly. And when you sort of face an adversity, having 3 players out, 3 key players, that sort of brings you together. That bond, an away trip in Norway, you don't want to leave there without putting up a good performance. They put up a great performance, particularly in that second half. It was a bit of a trade-off in the first half, but then Flyers certainly knuckled down and put a good performance in, a solid win.
And important for them, to bounce back from that Cheshire defeat in the Super League, but it means their run of form continues. I think it's 6 wins in their last 7 now in all competitions for this Bristol Flyers team, and it just keeps on rolling now.
Yeah, they're showing true resilience. I think that's the word you can attribute to this team. They show great resilience. They dig deep, they fight towards the end. And it was just a good second half, just showing that quality and everything they deserved. They put themselves in that position and just managed the game. A few little turnovers they probably want to iron out. Some of those could have made it a little bit more comfortable for us, but I think never really in doubt. I don't think in the third quarter I felt they were sort of in control of the game. I never felt it was out of their control in that second half, and just eased the victory.
Well, let's take a look at some of those key plays from the second half. And as you say, the Flyers defensively, Gareth, they really clamped down on Davis, who had 16 first half points. And Jared Sherfield was knocking down threes and paired back-to-back triples. That big flush from Kendall Lewis kind of sparked the run, and it was a lead that they pretty much kept the rest of the way.
Yeah, the floor there just seemed to be so much room out there. Flyers spacing the floor really well, able to knock down threes, and then if the closeouts were there, able to find players inside, getting good position. I thought Owen McCormack, again, just see that good spacing there, cut down the middle from Leslie, taking full advantage of that spacing, able to get it to go. But always a threat, though, Lions from outside. They took an awful lot of shots, 75 field goal shots, so they were in a hurry to put up numbers in terms of volume of shots. Just the Flyers 56, and that was their game plan, but Flyers doing a good job on the boards as well, winning the rebound battle.
Yeah, as you say, I mean, the number of shots they did take, 33 for 75 they were from the field. Compare that to the Flyers' 30 to 56, and it's less about the quantity and more the quality of the looks they were actually getting that got Flyers over the line there. Yeah,
I think from their point of view, they kind of felt that Davis is their key guy, and there was probably opportunities he was getting waved off or not getting him the ball. I think, getting the ball, he was just sort of dried up for him in the second half. He was almost forcing his own shots, trying to get his team back into the game. But yeah, certainly a lot of volume in that game for the Lions.
Of course, Kendall Lewis and Corey Samuels knocking down a pair of crucial threes at the end of that game to seal the W for the Flyers, their second straight European win. We've got stats to take a look at here for you from the game. And Gareth, we spoke about, I mean, you see the number of field goals that they took, 75 field goals, actually it should be 75, not 55 from the field there. But you look at the rest of the numbers there, and I mean, like the rebound battle was quite similar, but what else really stands out for you, Gareth?
Yeah, well, interesting that the free throw statistic there as well. Flyers got to the line 17 times. Lions just the one visit to the free throw line, and that's just a different style of play there. Flyers more aggressive going to the basket, where Lions were happy shooting the sort of perimeter shots, those pull-ups, and then fast break transition points. So interesting style there. Turnovers, I mean, that'll be a big one for Coach Kapoulas to look at. 22 turnovers to 11. Certainly that will be something that will need to improve on for Bristol Flyers as they progress in the SLB Cup trophy and this competition as well. A bit too many turnovers, and not particularly pressured turnovers either defensively. I don't think the Lions were that intense a lot of the time. They've certainly played stiffer opposition in terms of defence. So self-inflicted turnover, some of those.
And of course, you know, with Keely Johnson out and Elaine Louis out, two of your key point guards in that position, I'm sure you'd expect that turnover number to increase. It's just how can the Flyers manage that period until both of them come back from injury?
Yeah, exactly. Well, winning games helps.
Yeah.
I think you don't really care if you can turn the ball over as many times as you like, as long as you win the game. I think that's the most important stat line. But you know, you're not going to get away with it against quality opposition as well. So that's just coming down to practice and just being put in the pressure situations and just making the right pass. And you know, I'm sure that will come. It's just a few loose, a bit of miscommunication. But I'm sure that will be addressed, and I'm sure Coach Willis will look at that and review the tape on where those turnovers were made and how he can address that going forward.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot, Gareth. Well, it is a big win for the Flyers in European action, their second straight European win. But don't forget, in the new year, the ENBL returns to the SGS College Arena as the Flyers take on Dinamo Bucharest, Wednesday, January 15th, 7:30 p.m. You can get your tickets for that game right now at bristolflyers.co.uk. Can the Flyers put this run together to work their way into the ENBL playoffs? We shall find out on January 15th. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here on Flyers TV. But don't forget, it is Christmas. So that is the last game before Christmas. So, Gareth, thank you so much for joining us here in studio. Enjoy your Christmas.
And you as well. It's been great to be here.
And of course, the Flyers are in action on Wednesday, December 27th, or Friday, December 27th, actually, in the Super League Basketball Championship. But until then, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas from all of us at Flyers TV. For Gareth Till, I'm Joel Osborne, saying so long, and we'll see you next time.